welcome to GuitarControl.com. Today I have a really fun lesson for you that's all about chord inversions. It's taking these very simple chords that we all already know how to do, kind of like in our open positions, and we're just going to be moving them around a little bit and giving you some new context you can add to the same old chords that we play all the time. So let's go ahead and get started. Now if you want tabs for this, it is down below in the description. And other than that, let's go. Okay, so here's what we're going to get started with. So we're just going to take an A major chord, normal good old A major that we all know how to play. And I'm going to give you two different ways of playing it. Now, how you would practice something like this, and something that my guitar teacher actually did with me, was we would do songs that maybe had like the A major chord in it, and he would ask me each time that we'd get to that A chord to play it in different spots, you know, on the guitar neck, all these different A's. And what it did is it really opened up my eyes to like, oh, I can use the same chord in so many different applications, and it even translated over very well to lead playing, because you have new and kind of cool ways of outlining or arpeggiating your chords without necessarily, doing the, normal arpeggio stuff. So, anyways, we have an A major here. Now, this first way that we're going to play it like this, you're going to have to kind of do this F shape, which we're going to kind of reference back to here in a minute. You're going to hold down 5th fret on the high E and B. With your middle finger, you're going to go to 6 on the G, and then on the ring finger, you're going to go 7th fret on the D string. Now, you're going to start from the A string down because this is an A chord. So an A note's always going to sound good in there. This is a great one. This is in a lot of songs. Everything from, like Jack and Diane, even though it's on an acoustic, it's in Crazy Train, stuff like that. So it's a very common chord, and it just sounds great. Now the next one that we're going to use is this one. We're going to slide up here. This is another A chord. You're going to have open A string. Your ring finger is going to go to 11 on the D. Pointer finger is going to go to 9 on the G. And then 10 on the B, and then open high E. So you have this one. Another A major chord, but you notice now as we kind of get more open strings in here, it really opens up the chord a lot. Another really good example is in Last Dance with Mary Jane, the Tom Petty song, when he kind of ascends those 3 A chords, and he might even come up to this next one, which is an octave of the first one. So there's 3 different A chords that we're going to work with. Now, like I said, if you do a simple chord progression, maybe we'll do like A, then D, and then E major. Okay? You can throw in those A chords and really liven up a lot of stuff in your playing and just bring some new dynamics to stuff. And that's what I think as guitar players we should always kind of shoot for. We want more interesting dynamics in our playing. So the second little chord inversion thing I want to talk about is actually this first one that we did. So we did this one which I called an A major. And it is. Now what's cool is if you know your notes on the guitar neck, this is a very helpful and very useful chord. So if we take an A note, this is A, if you move it back 2 frets, you get a G. So if we take this A chord, move it back 2 frets, oh, we get a G. Move back 2 more, and you're at that F chord shape. And I know a lot of people hate the F chord because you got to bar the strings. It's such a pain. But if you get comfortable with this chord, it's so useful. You can move this around all over the place, and it just gives you a more interesting outlook on the fingerboard. And this is actually used in like Roller Coaster of Love, all kinds of songs. So it's a really, really useful thing to know. That's our major shape. Now I'm also show you the minor shape as well. So we'll go back to this A major. Now if you want your A minor chord shape that's also movable just like the other one, you're going to take your ring finger and hold down 7 on the D, just an A note. Then you actually have to bar 5th fret from the G, B, and high E string down. And this is your minor shape. It's movable just like that one. So this would be G minor, F minor. You go all the way up to D minor. C minor, E minor. A little bit harder to reach that without a cutaway. But you get the gist of the idea, and it's just such a useful chord shape to be able to move around. Alright, thank you so much for tuning in. I hope this lesson was helpful to you, and going to give you some new ideas that you can practice on your guitar. And other than that, I will see you all next time with more lessons. Keep on rocking, and I will see you later.